Welcome to Stony Point Tigers football on the Vype Live Network. Presented by our MVP sponsor, the Stacy Group. Our diamond sponsors, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Hewlett Volkswagen, and Rudy's Texas Barbecue. And our platinum sponsors, Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Stony Point Tigers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our gold level sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and VeraBank. And our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. And now, along with producer and color analyst Jacoby Cabot, here's the voice of the Stony Point Tigers, Tyler Ulsis.
Good evening, everybody. We are live here at Dragon Stadium, just finishing up the national anthem, and we will get things underway. Stony Point comes into this one after losing their last two, 0-2 in district play, 2-2 overall this season. McNeil coming into this one 2-2, and 1-1 in their district, losing last week against Round Rock, 31-17. Should be a good one. Hope you're enjoying your Friday, enjoying the upcoming weekend slate of college football. Also want to make a note of a recent addition to our sponsor list. If you would like to have your name included in this list, please reach out to the Stony Point Booster Club. Want to make a shout out to Kebabji Grill, our blue level sponsor, and glad to have them on board this season. A lot of great sponsors supporting this Tiger football team. Just a quick recap of how these teams got to 2-2. Stony Point, again, won their first two games against teams that are now combined 3-4. Outscored both of those teams 59-34, and two losses. A lot of tough moments these last two games against teams that are now combined 6-1. Vista Ridge and Vandergrift, both really tough teams, and only putting up 21, and that was in the 31-21 loss last week against Vista Ridge, where second half it was like a completely different Stony Point team. Coming back into this one, fresh game, fresh mindset, and a fresh team in the Mavericks staring across the field. McNeil ended up winning the toss and deferred, so Stony Point will receive to start the game, averaging 20 points per game and giving up 22.5. A little bit on the lower end for both of those. McNeil, one thing you can say just from looking at their schedule, when they're playing a game, you're going to see points. Giving up 40 points a game and putting up 37 points themselves. They had a game against Westwood earlier this year that was 70-45, and they were the victors in that one. So should be a lot of fun, should be a lot of points, should be an exciting game. Jacoby, it's great to be here on a Friday. I know we were here last time on a Thursday, and we were kind of noting, it was a good crowd, but it was kind of on the lighter side. Now, Friday, I could definitely tell when I came in the parking lot, it was just a lot more packed, a lot more energy.
Yeah, there you go. And Friday nights are they're made for football, especially at the high school level. Going to be a good one here. Both teams 2-2, and I can't wait to call this game.
No more Thursday night games. I'm excited because then I don't have to think about work tomorrow. I've thrown that out of my mind. We're ready for the weekend. We're ready to have some Friday night lights in the great state of Texas. And glad you're here with us on Vype. Got 12 minutes on the clock, and we'll get this thing underway. McNeil in the blue tops and blue helmets with a green stripe. It looks like might be like a green chrome. Can't really see too well in the shade. This one fielded about a half step in the end zone. Justin Thompson getting past the 20-yard line and makes his way to about the 23-yard line. First and 10 coming out. And again, we saw what the offense could do, especially in that second half, putting up 21 points. It was really led by the arm of Mason Troyer. Had a a huge game. Finished the game with 340 yards on 20 of 38 and 2 touchdowns as well. So we'll see what this offense can do. Is now Kenneth Calbus in to start things off. First play, handoff, Milligan to the left side. Not much doing there. And it'll be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 9 officially. Also had a kind of a jump start of that offense, predominantly from the wide receiving core. Alameda, Aurora, and Tristan Rhymes with some outstanding catches, and we'll get to them as well as they enter the action here. Calbus firing just in the neighborhood of Milligan, trying to set up the screenplay, but Milligan couldn't get free as his blockers were throwing some blocks downfield.
And we saw last week that screen was explosive. So, I mean, it's great that they added to their offensive plan. We'll probably see a couple of that sooner or later. And one's bound to take off. So,
yeah, and that's the tough part about it is just setting it up. Those first couple seconds are kind of, iffy territory because you're pulling your blockers. And but like you said, last week they had a touchdown from it. Milligan had a touchdown from about 42 yards out. Calbus rolling right now off the play action and taken down in the backfield, thrown back and thrown down by Michael Jones, the senior linebacker for McNeil. Loss of 6. That's going to be a 3-and-out. Not what you're looking for to start things out for the Tigers.
but now we get to see the brightest spot on their whole team, their defense. We know how good their defense can be. They got some middle linebackers like we always talk about, from middle linebackers to their D-line, all the way up to their secondary. They're just very good athletes.
Tyler White here on the punt, and defense will have 40 yards to defend. Not the deepest of punts, about 20 yards. And the Mavs will take the field and try and score from 40 yards out. And yeah, like you said, the defense has really been the bright spot. Last game, we were kind of sitting there baffled ourselves as to what was kind of going on the first half, and again, different team that showed up the second half. So we looked to see what kind of defense we're going to get. Those first two games were really very, very good football from this defense, even against Vandergrift. I mean, you could say with all the field position game wasn't really in their favor, so they had to defend a lot of short fields. As first run up the middle off to the side actually is going to be a first down. That was looked to be Aiden Taylor. The numbers kind of scrunched up on the back. I think it is Aiden Taylor, number 0. Here's Jaden Saltz going deep, first throw of the game, and an incredible catch down at the 5 is Gerald Gary. Expect to hear his name a few times. Wide receiver, also involved in the run game, and McNeil bringing the tempo. Gerald Gary Jr., 22 catches on the season, 413 yards and 3 touchdowns. And going straight up the middle, still pushing, still churning. Pile still moving. Still no signal yet. Referee's coming in from the sides and going to mark him down by, I think that was Aiden Taylor on the carry again. Second and goal, 9.5 minutes to go. Trying to go straight up the middle, no tush push here, but maybe needed it. Didn't get much leverage there. Stopped short, maybe gain of half a yard. That was Saltz. Saltz under center again. Gary is about 9.5 yards behind him. We got a running start. Lowers his head, and is he in? No signal. Referee's right there on top of it. And again, marked down.
And man, I mean, they're right there, and this defense is just making sure they don't enter. If you're going to enter, they're pretty much saying you're going to have to work for it.
Yeah, trying to go forwards straight into the teeth of the defense. That's really the prime spot, the shining star of this defense. And now instead, they go split back here. Back in the shotgun, one-on-one coverage on the outside. Now a little help over top on the far side. Man in motion. Gary goes under center, lifts the ball over, and will score. Impressive play design as Gary lined up a tight end, comes underneath center, and just jumps and places the ball over.
Yeah, and like you said, that was very creative, but this defense made them work for it. I mean, that's what you just love to see. Had a couple of bad reps in the beginning, but when they was knocking on the door, they made them work for it.
And you got to be careful in that, jumping up and putting the ball out. The ball doesn't get over the line fast enough. You could, have the old peanut punch, but kind of above the head there, and have it knocked away. 8:02 to go. Mavs strike first. 7-0. We'll come back to Dragon Stadium after a quick break. So a 7-play drive ends up in 7, and about half those plays were from the half-yard line. Bryce Wilson going to kick things back to the Tigers. Thompson and Rhymes back deep to return. This one's going to go to Thompson. He will fair catch in the end zone and line up at the 25. So not the kind of start you want. Your offense goes 3 and out. Your defense gives up 7 points.
Yeah, and we've been seeing that this Tigers team is a comeback team. I mean, they come back, and we haven't seen no early explosiveness from them. So hopefully this drive we can get a taste of what they're really made of.
Yeah, we have a change here at quarterback. Troyer will come out and start this drive. See if the passing game gets a little spark here. Troyer winds up, fires, has Rhymes down the seam, looking for more, and it has it down to the 42 of the Mavs. Nice little pitch and catch there for Rhymes down the middle.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, what they need, an explosive start to this drive, and that was an explosive drive as you get.
I got 340 yards for him last game. Troyer through the air. Rhymes alone had 9 catches for 105 yards and 1 touchdown. And he and Aurora Day were pulling off some amazing catches on the sideline. We were talking about, last week and a couple weeks ago about them getting it to the middle as Milligan will be stopped and go nowhere, loses a yard there. We talked about them going down the middle and trying to find space in the middle. Turns out the space was on the outside. They just had to make fantastic catches. They were doing it the hard way.
Yeah, exactly. But as we just saw a while ago, this was right down the middle. Probably worked on it all week at practice long, trying to make these connections happen. Both of these players are stars on this offense, so you got to have a good connection.
Yeah, it's nice to know that you can have the spectacular plays when you need them, but you don't want to rely on them. You want to have the passes down the middle like we just saw with Rhymes earlier. 2nd and 11, Troyer. Now under pressure and sacked. Again, this is Michael Jones. 2nd sack for him in the opening 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and this defense coming at him this week, so haven't seen. We're used to seeing him do a lot of Houdini type of plays in that pocket. They've been wrapping him up and taking him down to the ground today.
Yeah, stepping up wouldn't have really done him any good there. And now another 3rd and long, 3rd and 20 here from the 47. After the big play to get them past midfield. Troyer firing right side. Freeman past midfield and can't stay on his feet. Gain of about 6. So still a 4th and long, kind of in no man's land here. They're going to go for the field position game. Have Tyler White pin the Mavericks inside their own end zone. Try to get them as far back as possible. Can't see the number for the returner. I think that might be Isaiah Jones. White pooches this one. This one's going to be fair caught and takes a bounce and down. A little slight touch, a little slight acting job there. But no harm, no foul, says the official who's right on top of it. Ball's going to be down at the 13 by Aiden Taylor.
And this defense right back out there, so got to be careful. You want Pena to be on their best receiver, but when it's a high difference, that's a high difference. So we're going to see how this one plays out this week.
And Gerald Gary Jr., again, involved in the pass game as well as the run game, so we'll see how much he gets involved. Is this one option left? Making his way through is Saltz. Making his way through the crowd, had Gary on his left, just kind of shepherding him past the first down marker. So it was an 86 yards to the end zone instead of the 40 that they had last time. So we'll see if the defense can kind of muster up some stops here, maybe flip the field and kind of get some good offense or get some good position for their offense. Not a great start there on that first play. Zylan Hall going to be the man in motion. And flag thrown. Few players for McNeil were stopping beforehand. I think they might get Hall, who's the man in motion, going past the line of scrimmage. Illegal motion is the call. You can go side to side, but you can't really start to go forward as the ball is put to play. It's not like arena football where you can, or like I think Canadian football does the same thing where they have the guys, start back and go straight forward.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what you said. Yep.
Saw a lot of that. Actually, growing up in South Dakota, the Sioux Falls Storm were the winners of I think 5 or 6 indoor football league championships.
God.
It was crazy as the head coach of that was my psychology teacher. So didn't let you get away with a lot. Pena, beautiful block.
And yeah, that's what we like to see right there. He has one interception of this year.
Yeah, I thought they were going to stop the play. I saw a flag come in on the top side. I wasn't sure if motion. It was motion, but it was on the defense, so it was a free play. I thought I heard a whistle to stop it, but yeah, like you said, Pena coming up with a big play. He's definitely been a bright spot and kind of the leader of that secondary.
Yeah, and that's why he guards the best people on the field, because he makes it happen. I mean, we saw a little bit of a overhead catch on him earlier, but he's going to make these receivers work for anything that they need today.
And like you said, height difference in high school, I mean, that's just going to be something that's natural. Kids hitting growth spurts at different times, but the athleticism is still there, and Pena showing it as this one up the middle. That's Hall. Again, the junior running back getting a first down by about a yard. Not too many underclassmen here. Zylan Hall, one of the few. A lot of the names we've mentioned so far have all been seniors. Aiden Taylor, Gerald Gary, and Jaden Saltz, along with Michael Jones on defense. All seniors for this Mavs team. Going deep is Salts. Pena turns around, and the wide receiver turns around as well. Can't find his footing. That's Brian Perkins on the attempted catch. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 39. 4:40 to go here in the first.
And they've been trying to call a lot of deep shots here as of lately. So they're trying to attack this secondary. Secondary doing their thing.
And I feel like they're targeting Pena almost, which he's been able to be up for the tasks after that first one. Perkins in motion now. Bobbled snap. Sulce is just going to take it and make the best of it. Goes forward for about 4. That one could have been dangerous for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and like you said, they're going to go after him. He's guarding. Not only is he guarding their best receiver, but there's a height advantage, and it's a psychological thing. When you can see this height difference, you want to keep trying to force the pass.
Pena down on the near side. Safety help over top of the slot receiver. That receiver goes in motion. That's Perkins. They find him on the swing pass. Stiff arms one man and pushed out eventually by the defensive lineman, Deshaun Jones. It'd be close to that first down marker, but it will be short by about 1.5 yards. 4th and 2 from the 47. So interesting call here. It looks like we might get a bunch formation here, kind of the same way they started down by the goal line. A little too far away to do a sneak, I think. Gerald Gary lined up with 1 foot back, looking to sprint forward, perhaps, and pick up the first down. It is Saltz under center, though. They do snap it. Saltz, play action, fires a looping ball over top and is caught at the 40. And picking up the first down and a whole lot more is Aiden Taylor coming out of the backfield, coming out of the tight end spot.
And that's old school formation right there. Got him in that. I can't remember if it was a flex bone or a wing bone, but that formation can get a lot of tricky stuff. Your options, your play actions, as we just saw there, just very hard to defend on a high school level.
Yeah, just a lot of bodies there and trying to fight through the seams and fight through the contact, and Taylor was able to do that, catch the ball, and get a first down for the Mavericks. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line of the Tigers now. Running play here. Hall off the left side, turns on the afterburners and is in for the touchdown. Mavericks. 2 drives and 2 touchdowns for this McNeil team.
And that was both touchdowns has been on the ground. One closer than the second touchdown a little bit further than the first one, but man, they're just running.
Yeah, I think the shocking thing to me is we haven't had too many of negative runs to talk about, as this point after try by Bryce Wilson is up and good. 14-0, 3:35 to go in this first quarter. Stony Point will get the ball back after a quick break here on Vype.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
Tigers going to get the ball back here. 3:35 to go. 14-0 is the deficit. And just kind of we were just talking during the break. It's their defense has been fantastic early on in the season, even against the Vandergrift game where they gave up 24 points and to the defending state champions. Just not the same defense it feels like the last couple weeks. And this is district play, kind of getting to the heart of it here, nearing the midway point. This is the midway point, game number 5 for both these squads. And you can't really play inconsistent football if you want to do well in districts. There's going to be teams that you have to play 4 quarters with, or maybe 3.5 at least. You can't play 2.
Yeah, exactly. You can't play 2, and you gotta come out with energy. You gotta come out with just momentum, trying to keep up. Like you said, 4 quarters. You have 4 quarters, and sometimes you just can't play 2 quarters.
Troyer in. Milligan starts left, now cuts it back right. Runs right into the guy that Rhymes was blocking. They were just kind of staring at each other, Rhymes and his defender, but Milligan comes plowing into him for a gain of 11.
And that's what we're used to seeing. I mean, in one of the games, I think it was 2 games ago, he had 4 rushing touchdowns. So he's trying to pick up momentum. He has 1 touchdown through the air as well.
Yeah, in that first game, actually, that was the 4 touchdown game against Eastview. And yeah, but last week we were talking about as this one false started. Troyer was starting as his drop back before the snap was there. Last week we were talking about where's the run game? Where's the run game? Where was Milligan? Getting in the run game. We didn't see a lot of Aiden Lloyden, and I think that we must have sparked something, because that was when the screenplay happened. I remember that. And I was like, if you can't get involved in the run game, get involved in the pass game. Just do something. Pick up in the pass blocking game and just kind of help your team that way. Even if you're not, the primary focus, you could still help your team in a myriad of different ways. Rhymes right in the middle and wisely ducks down. Boy, heck of a play. That's a first down. Tristan Rhymes. Impressive leaping ability and even impressive to avoid the hit.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember that one game where he kind of looks for his defenders, so he knows that he's protected. That's very smart of him to even be on the lookout for his own safety. So he's a talented receiver.
Troyer handing off Milligan, trying to off tackle, turns the corner, and goes forward and is stopped maybe about a half-yard shy, and they will mark him shy of the first down marker. Just past the 40. Second time passing into Mavs territory. Couldn't do much with it last time except go backwards. We'll see if they can improve here. Second and short. Again, good balance here early on in the passing game and in the run game. Having success in both, just needing to be more consistent. Milligan up the middle this time, and they don't give him forward progress. Stopped for no gain. It'll be third and short. And tough call here, especially kind of in this area. Is it 4 down territory at this point in the game? 1:30 left in the first. Down 2 scores, and you're at the 39-yard line.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough decision. These coaches usually do their best to make the best decision, so we're going to see what they go for.
I think this play could also predetermine, if they have 4th down in mind.
Exactly.
Milligan up the middle. Boy, I don't think he got there. Yeah, stopped immediately. No push up front, and 4th and short is the call. We've been trying to find something consistent, and I was going to say, usually if you call run on 3rd and short, nowadays you can almost guarantee that it's going to be a go for it on 4th down situation.
Yeah, there you go, man.
And it is just that. Milligan finding space. Give it a little shimmy shake to the secondary, and falling forward, easily picks up the first and more, past the 30-yard line down to the 28.
Exactly, and that's all you need right there. He tripped up over himself, but all you need is to move those chains and keep standing in front of the chains. You don't want to get behind the chains.
Yeah, able to just be consistent. They had the first play that went for 9 yards, and don't want to, have any unforced errors. They went backwards a lot on their first 2 drives. Haven't seen that here. They've had a couple stops for no gain, but All positive here from Troyer and Milligan. Play action, Troyer stepping up on his back foot and caught by Rhymes down inside the 5.
And that's what we're talking about, the concentration of this young man right here. I mean, he's an all-around stud. I mean, blocking game he does good, receiving game he does good. I mean, he's the total package of a receiver that you want to have on your team.
Incredible catch to end the first quarter here at Dragon Stadium. Oh, that was a quick quarter. Felt like we only had a couple of flags and clock was moving a lot. 14-0 though. Mavericks are leading, but the Tigers are threatening. We'll come back and flip the field here at Dragon Stadium when we come back.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Ally Medical ER is proud to support the Stony Point Tigers this season. Open 24/7, Ally Medical is a full-service emergency room located just 5 minutes from Stony Point High School. With on-site labs, ultrasound, CT scan, and x-rays, their board-certified physicians deliver fast answers and compassionate expert care. Ally Medical ER wishes the Stony Point football team and fans a safe and exciting year. Go Tigers!
Start of the second quarter, 1st and goal for the Tigers at the 2-yard line. Looking to score their first points in the first half, I believe, in the last couple games. It's been a while. Milligan is in for the touchdown. Marcus Milligan with touchdown. I believe that's number 6 on the season.
Yes, all around, that's number 6, 5 on rushing, 1 in the air. So, I mean, there you go. Give the young lad another touchdown for his season.
Took 5 seconds off the clock, and it is a quick 14-6. Tyler White on to attempt a point after. So, great-looking drive. Again, we talked about the balance in that drive. A lot of success both in the passing and the run game. High snap and able to get it down. Good play by Troyer there in the hold game. And it will be 14-7. So good looking drive there again. It's can the defense go? And I mentioned this last time, so maybe it'll spark something. Score, stop. Score, get a stop. We're not in the second half anymore. We're not down by 28 points, but it's the same thing just throughout the game. Score, stop. It's kind of a simple game when you think about it, when you zoom out like that. I know it's you have other sports like basketball, just put the ball in the hoop. It's that easy, right? Score, stop. That's football, right? That's how easy it is.
Yeah, like you said, there you go. Just score, stop, score, stop. I mean,
but they did it last time, and you get a couple of those score stops. It definitely gives you some momentum. You're able to put up. I think it was 14, maybe 21 unanswered points.
Yeah, when they get this momentum, this team is scary. That's why if this team is doing what they do before, as soon as the first quarter hits, they're a scary team.
And they put up 42 points in the game to start off against Eastview, and then have kind of taken a bit of a back seat to their defense in that second game, and have kind of. We're waiting for them to come back and show up.
There you go, and there'll be a good point to prove it tonight.
Yeah, 0-2 in district play. That's one taken at about the 17-yard line and slipped before contact even. That one looked almost like a scary fall by Brian Perkins. Going to be stopped at the 28-yard line. So again, halfway point of the season, your 5th game, your 3rd in. I guess it's not halfway through the season. This is the 4th game, so you got 10 to go. But no, what am I looking at? Can't do math. 2-2 is 4, so this is the 5th game of the season. Okay, so they're 0-2 to start off. That's not where you want to be. Obviously, there's so much room left in the district season. McNeil won their first game against Westwood 70-45. They're 1-1 after losing last week to Round Rock. If you fall back behind 0-3, it's really a mountain to climb there. You want to kind of give yourself at least staying around 500 early on and then kind of pulling it away in the latter part of the season if possible. But, boy, Zylan Hall breaking through, tiptoeing the sidelines, and finally taken down up by the shoulder pads past the 30-yard line. I thought he was done and dusted back where he caught it, but Zylan Hall goes about another 30, 40 yards there.
Yeah, he made it happen on that play. So it's very scary. He's very explosive. You got to really just wrap your arms around him and make sure that you do not let go of him. I mean, he's an offensive player that I'm pretty sure that these coaches worked around practice of him.
Taylor in motion. Hall's going to get the handoff, patiently looking for the hole, and finds it. Open space at the 10, and falls down inside the 10. I'm going to say down right at the 10. Kind of fell forward. But again, just patient running. Tried to find the hole off the tackle on the left side and found it and exploded through. Takes the play, takes the handoff again, and boy, I think he was just out of gas after those last 2 runs, and
yeah, exactly. I mean,
losing maybe half a yard there.
Yeah, we saw him be patient. Nothing to him this play. See what they could draw up this time and see if this defense can come up big.
That's kind of the downside of having the hurry-up offense. You get 3 plays for the same guy, and then you're kind of out of breath after that, especially if they're big plays. 2nd and goal. This one, back shoulder throw, one-handed catch, and corrals it against his body. Touchdown, Zach Christie. Boy, engaged with the defender with his left hand and pins it against his shoulder with his right hand.
I mean, that's a big-time play right there. It's hard for a defense to even try to guard something like that. You're there the whole time. It's just a great, amazing catch right there. Great concentration to haul it in for the TD.
You can't really play defense much better. It wasn't even a great throw back shoulder. Didn't have to get separation, but hands just tied up, and the 50-50 ball goes to the Mavericks. As that one nearly blocked. Tiger got through. I think that was Jones that got through, but kick is up and good. 21-7. McNeil 3 for 3 on scoring drives.
Yeah, 3 for 3, and I mean, this defense gotta wake up. You know, we know they will, but they gotta wake up sooner than later. Got to help your offense out. Your offense just now starting to get wheels. You got to be the bus driver and keep those wheels tidy so this offense can keep on going.
You know, and in preparation for this game, I was looking at stats for McNeil. I'll be honest. I did not look at Zylan Hall's stats because I think I even mentioned to you in the pregame, kind of looking at, you know, the top performers and can't get everybody on the sheet. We only have so much notebook paper, and you know, I was looking at Gerald Gary and Jaden Saltz and kind of in the passing game, but you know, props to Zylan Hall for kind of showing up and showing out so far. It's been his show so far. Again, mentioned Gary. We saw a little bit of him on the first drive. Both the threat in the pass game and the run game did have the rushing touchdown from a half yard out.
Yeah, they got some scary players on their offensive team, so you got to be on your best A game as a defensive player to make sure nothing like this keeps happening. I mean, like you said, 3 for 3, you got to do something if you're this defense. And they've been doing stuff all season long, so, I mean, you got to keep showing up.
So just taking a look here, Zylan Hall for the season, 26 carries for 157 yards and no touchdowns in the running game. Did have 2 catches for 4 yards overall, so kind of an unexpected offensive threat here for the Mavericks. Start out, this is a team, though, that through 4 games and through 111 carries, they're averaging over 7 yards a carry and 12 touchdowns. I'll make it 13, I guess, after after tonight. Well, 14 tonight. After tonight, Troyer taken down. That's the third sack already. Jacorian Hubbard getting in on the action already. 2 from Michael Jones, and it'll be 2nd and long. Just putting themselves behind the chains right away.
Yeah, there you go. You don't like to see that if you're the offense. You know, we know our quarterback is very patient. He's very patient. He's good with his feet. But today they just been after him. I mean, they've been looking at him as they should. So he's just going to have to make a little quick passes.
That's kind of hand in hand. What is the offensive coordinator seeing from the offensive line as they bring a man off the edge? Milligan picks it up, but pressure up the middle. Troyer taken down again inside the 5. Marshall Holland this time getting in on the action. Back-to-back sacks inside 10 minutes and inside the 5. It's 3rd and 32.
This O-line got to help their quarterback out.
Yeah, only rushed 4 that time. They brought a guy off the edge, but Milligan picked that up, and it was right up front the pressure got through. Short drop. Troyer finds Freeman, who's picked up and I guess not necessarily thrown back, but picked up and kind of set down. 4th and still very long, about 25 to go for the first down. So defense from the Mavericks stepping up, forcing another 3 and out. And White about 5-6 yards in his own end zone. Need to get a little urgency to get this one out of harm's way. Mavericks bring pressure. White does get it off. This one corralled. And spinning out of 1 tackle, now 2 tackles, and gobbled up is Aiden Taylor, but still. 30-yard punt will set up a 1st and 10 for the Mavericks at the 37-yard line. That's the second drive from the 40 or inside that they've had so far, and that's again 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and only 37 yards away from their 4th touchdown.
Yeah, this defense got to start stepping up. I mean, they know that their offense sometimes a little shaky, but when their offense is hot, they're hot. So defense got to step up here. Got to try to protect the end zone at all costs right here.
Yeah, especially in the run game too. Hall ran all over them that last drive. This is Taylor in motion. Hall to his right. Saltz fires down the seam and caught and down. Jarrell Gary down at the 16, they call it. That was, I believe, Sumter on the coverage. 1st and 10 from the 16. 8:20 to Hall tries to be patient with it. Not much there. Still picks up about 3 yards. That's the difference there. Is the McNeil front offensive line. They're getting a little bit more push. They're getting a yard or 2 before
being taken down. Yeah,
before
exactly.
being taken down. It's a night and day difference kind of when you look at it. Going up the middle anyways. Milligan's had success on the outside, but McNeil's finding space inside with patient running, even some off the guard, off the tackle, and Milligan's found success on the outside, but just a different game for the Mavericks. Now Saltz going deep in the end zone and caught for a touchdown. Defender slipped, it looked like, and this is, trying to see who the number was. Getting back in the picture is Zach Christie again for his 2nd touchdown in as many drives. 27-7, 7:32 to go. Just an easy pitch and catch there from about 20 yards out. Wilson goes 4 for 4 on extra points. 7:32, Mavericks up 28-7. Stony Point looking to answer. Well, let's take a break here from Dragon Stadium.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
7 minutes and 32 seconds, 28-7 our score. And Jacoby, you mentioned it early on. Can't have, kind of we can kind of have a second half team. After halftime, you kind of go in and regroup. You almost can't really wait till halftime now. 7:32 and you're down by 21.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you just gotta pick up the pace. Gotta start connecting on drives. You gotta just do 100% on each play. You can't keep giving up these drives.
And it all starts kind of with, other sports as Thompson takes this one inside the 5, trying the right side. Now cutting it back and going down before reaching the 20-yard line. It's kind of like other sports. You got to see the simple ones go through, see, a free throw go through, see a short putt go through, go in the hole, and they did that last drive. They got 7 points. They did what they were supposed to do. So now can you repeat? Can you keep that momentum going up and forward? And we'll see what they come out with. Primarily getting the chunk plays through the passing game, but also involving Milligan off the tackle. Troyer hands off to Milligan. Left side. Boy, contact in the backfield about 6 yards deep. And again, just that push the defensive line, getting through this offensive line.
And it's been killing them all game. I mean, if they're getting back there before your running back even gets the ball or even takes a step, that's not good. And it's going to kill you every time. No matter if Milligan can break a tackle or two, you still got to complete your assignments if you're this O-line.
They give him forward progress, only a loss of 2. James is the man in motion. Troyer out to James the long way, and he's undercut. Almost immediately folded backwards. Good tackle, but a pickup of about 5. It'll be 3rd and call it 8. And James is going to the sideline. Boy, caught and scary tackle as he kind of hit the ground and got hit from about the, around the knee or hamstring area. 3rd and 8, and this is, I remember they had a 3rd and 1 that was converted. Play clock under 5 here, but a lot of 3rd and longs here. They bring 4, and pressure gotten to him again. Marshall Holland again, just overpowering Milligan there, and boy, Troyer did not have much of a chance there. 4th and about 15. Ball on the 14-yard line, and McNeil looking to set up shop inside the 50 again.
And boy, I mean, yeah, like you say, it was just, if they take a timeout, it was just tough. I mean, drive after drive after drive. This defense been getting to them, causing pressure. Can't do nothing when you have multiple defenders in your face. We know how good these quarterbacks are. We know how good their pocket presence are. And I'm pretty sure this team has been scouting around it. I mean, wrap them up, don't let go, and go down with them. Use your weight, and that's what they've been doing.
That's the 5th sack this evening for the Mavericks, and we got 5:22 left to go in the first half. Definitely not what you're liking. You're not liking what you're seeing from your offensive line.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, just got to tell them, you got to protect you. Every coach, every team tells an offensive lineman, make sure your quarterback's jersey is whiter than yours. And I mean, that's just not happening today. So I mean,
it's really not. And you know, they're not blitzing, I guess, a lot. They're bringing guys off the edge, but they're rushing 3 and bringing a guy off the edge maybe, and so they're not doing anything too fancy. Oh boy, Tyler White shanks this one. Does take a nice bounce, but still out of bounds. They mark it at the 26-yard line. That's a 12-yard punt. You know, we did have a switch at punt from last week. Aurora Day has had kind of on and off struggles in the punt game. Tyler White now having struggles with the 12-yard punt there. Now 36 yards or 26 yards for the Mavericks to go up 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, making it tough for their defense. I mean, they gotta just erase the board right now and just play like it's 0-0. Can't keep looking at the scoreboard. Just play football.
You know, and this is what we were talking about with the game against Vandergrift, and trying to think of what the flag was. Oh, illegal substitution on the offense. So that'll knock them back 5 yards. But we're talking about the defense and kind of how well they performed. Even in that 24-0 game, we still talk about how well their defense performed. Because of the field position like this, they were getting stops. They were forcing them to stall out. They stopped them to a field goal. So they stopped Vandergrift to a field goal. They also had 2 turnovers in that second quarter. So, you know, they're able to perform against high-quality opponents. I'm not saying McNeil isn't a high-quality opponent, but they didn't just win the state championship last year, and Vandergrift did. This is such a different opponent, as we got a helmet off for McNeil, so we'll swap out offensive linemen, but about a 4-yard gain there, 5 minutes to go. This is different team, different competition, but just a different Stony Point team that we're seeing than we saw in the first few weeks in a lot of areas in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we know that their secondary is very good, so it's definitely a shock that they have a couple of passing touchdowns. We're not normally used to seeing that. We're more used to seeing rushing touchdowns. So,
and the rushing game is working very well. It worked well last week for Vista Ridge, for Sizatowski, and this one by Saltz up the middle. He takes it into the secondary, and inside the 10, it's going to be 1st and goal for the Mavericks, setting up shop at the 8-yard line, it looks like. So they do their job in the secondary and up front, causing a little pressure, not closing the rushing lanes, though. Mobile quarterbacks, a dime a dozen nowadays.
Yeah, mobile quarterbacks are just, it's a must for a quarterback to be mobile nowadays. I mean, back in the day, you didn't see too much of it, but now it is frequent.
Yeah, nobody would call Tom Brady or Peyton Manning even mobile by any means. Peyton Manning, I think, would be classified as a painful-looking runner.
There you go. I mean,
Saltz.
Nasty form.
Salt's ball came out afterwards. They're going to mark him down. That was a scary play, but definitely able to see that all the way from up here. Kind of bounced it off the turf as he fell forward inside the 2. So a design quarterback run there, first of those we've seen. Taylor and Hall in the backfield with Saltz. 2nd and goal. As I'm sure you can tell, we have some marching bands that are going to perform for you in about 3.5 minutes at the halftime break, so stay tuned for them. We'll turn up the crowd mic and turn ourselves down and let the bands take over. Going passing here, and back shoulder. Boy, the fade route didn't even go back to the ends, or to the back of the end zone. That's Gary with the touchdown. Touchdown pass will make it 34-7. And Wilson in for the point after. Up and good. $35-7. 3:06 to go. And again, McNeil deferred the coin toss, so they will have possession in the third quarter as well. Stony Point has 3:06 and 2 timeouts. They want to make something out of that. Can kind of take their time, be a little bit more methodical with the run and pass game.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, they got time to think about what they want to do. They got to find out what's their bread and butter. They got to find out what works and what doesn't work. Talk to the O-line, get them situated, and tell them, look, you got to protect our quarterback. We want to play a good game. We got to protect our quarterback.
And they had the time to throw those deep passes in the first quarter, and they were able to get Rhymes open and space down the field. But you need time to do that. They're just not getting the time now here in the second quarter. Again, 5 sacks so far in this game. Rhymes able to take this 2 yards deep in his end zone. The rare return for Tristan Rhymes, but he's down inside the 20. Starting at the 18-yard line. 3:01 to go. Haven't seen too much from Aurora Day in the passing game. It's been mostly Rhymes and Freeman. Aurora Day lining up at the very top of your screen. Rhymes in the slot. Again, McNeil showing 3 and having an edge rusher just guard that outside and kind of set the edge. About a 5-yard gain there. Start off on first down. Nice solid gain up the middle. There's the push from the O-line, getting him a few yards and allowing your running back to be a little bit more patient there. And you have at least one more play before the 2-minute timeout. About 2:30 to go and 17 seconds left on the play clock. Troyer with Milligan behind him. James in motion. Good to see him back after a scary hit last time out. Milligan off the left side. Looked to be cut down, but stays on his feet and picks up about 3. It'll be a 3rd and manageable there. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. 35-7 here at Dragon Stadium. 2-minute timeout underway in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break. Come back before halftime.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
2 minutes to go. And 3rd down and 2. They've got about 75 yards now. You also have to wonder, how do you want to play this 3rd and 4th down? You don't want to give the ball back to McNeil. As we got a first down. Boy, Milligan just bowled over a defender. Got tripped up by the ankles, though. So they get the first down. And again, you don't want to get involved in those 3rd downs and possibly 4th downs to give the ball back to McNeil. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. And inside 2 minutes, we've seen them score in bunches so far here in this first half, and don't want to give them a chance to add more, especially getting the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, you don't want them to get the ball back. They got all their timeouts, and we know that they've been scoring on every drive.
And their defense, boy, wrapped up at the ankles eventually, and we'll try to see. That was Holland again, just kind of knifing his way through. Came from the linebacker position, set back a little bit, and just kind of found the hole, snuck through, tripped up Milligan initially before being finished off by a teammate. 2nd and 10 now. Tigers just look content to perhaps be a little patient here. 1 minute left. They've got 12 on the play clock. And 70 yards to go. Off the left side, nothing doing. This is Terrell Abercrumbia picking up a yard. McNeil not going to spend any of their timeouts as it's 3rd and 9, and defensive coordinator telling his team to get back by the sticks. Don't want to give a first down. They do have to run one more play. Abercrombie stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That'll take us to halftime, it looks like, as McNeil will save all 3 of their timeouts and get the ball back to start the second half. 35-7. It has been all McNeil in this first half of district game number 3. We'll take a break, play some words from our sponsors, and come back with the band performances and the Spirit Squad performances here on Vype. Stay tuned.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. In a long business meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line. This week, we'd like to honor the following Tiger dancers. Most motivated, Megana Venkatesh. Officer's choice is Braylon Beckworth. And the Tiger dancer of the week is Jaden Wilson. And now, for your Friday Night Lights halftime entertainment, the Tiger dancers will perform their prop routine to Don't Start Now, played by our Tiger Band. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Now entering the field is the pride of Stony Point, the Tiger Band and Sapphire Color Guard. The Tiger Band is led onto the field by drum majors Alyssa Summers and Molly Oberman. Our captains are brass captain Drupad Krishna, woodwind captain Enrique Garza, front ensemble captain Melissa Strong, battery captain Ray Young, color guard captain is Scarlett Weldon. The marchers of the week are Benjamin Ramos from the tuba section, Vanessa Navranhillo from the clarinet section, Emily Best from the front ensemble, and Eden Jones from the drum line. The guard member of the week is Bella Gutierrez. The drum major's choice is Avery Teneke from the color guard section. And this week's section of the week, sponsored by Equipment Share, is the trombone. Tonight is a special night for the Tiger Band and Sapphire Color Guard. Tonight is our annual 8th grade night. We'd like to welcome and introduce you to the future of our Stony Point. Mr. Alfred Ramos, the Band Booster President, and the Tiger Band Boosters for their support. The Tiger Band would also like to acknowledge this year's sponsors, Central Texas Massage and Body Works, Santiago's Tex-Mex and Cantina, Alejandro de la Torre with State Farm Insurance, and Donald Lee with Texas Touch Photography. The Tiger Band would also like to wish the McNeil Maverick Band the best of luck at the VOA Central Texas Regional Championship Saturday and the rest of their competitive marching season.
Good evening, Maverick Nation. McNeil High School is proud to introduce our award-winning dance team, the 2025-2026 McNeil Majestic. The Majestic are led onto the field this evening by Major Gloria Reyna, Lieutenant Colonel Olivia Shea, and Colonel Megan Denny. Our Vice President is Haley Hollywood, and President Diane Monroe. Congratulations to the Majestic of the Week, Bree Monaco. Officer's Choice, Samantha Burke. And this week's hype man is Shauna Lewis. Watch as the Majestic wow the crowd with their streamer routine to Paint It Black.
Because my sister was going around. They usually give us.
Walk out today, bro. We were at Waterford. Yes, I went to Waterford. We got Do you want Chinese food? You want Chinese food? What? Go in there next. You want a milkshake? There's a whole milkshake. I'm going there next. Oh, wait.
Doesn't matter.
The Majestics are under the direction of Maddie Jones and Chloe Martinez. We would like to wish the Tiger Dancers the best of luck with the rest of their season. McNeil Mavericks. Round Rock ISD and McNeil High School is proud to present the McNeil Maverick Marching Band. The band is led on the field this evening by drum majors Cormac Edmond, Audrey Rabel, Nate Sullivan, and Anshul Palamoni. Color guard captains are Marlo Pindell and Gina Gallagher. Percussion captains are Rochelle Jacob, Abhinav Kumar, and Shubham Suresh. Brass member of the week is Aditya Narananya. Woodwind member of the week is Bradley Lynn. Percussion member of the week is Silas Rush. Guard member of the week is Ash Lawrence. JV member of the week is Alex Logan. Drum major's choice is Marlo Pindell. Section of the week is the Drumline. Tonight, the McNeil will perform the 2025 production entitled The Same Old Story. Mellophone soloist is Ray Perez. Clarinet soloist is Jay Spoon. Trumpet soloist is Maria Thomas. Saxophone soloist is Connor Weaver.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett at Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Welcome back here. We've got 12 minutes on the board and 12 more after that before this game is officially over. Game 5 of the season, and it's not looking the way Stony Point wants. Down 35-7. It was a Maverick mudslide, if you will, to say the least. That first quarter and second quarter, put it behind you. I won't say 0-0s on the scoreboard because you got a little bit more than 0-0s to work with. It's not a tie game or anything, but again, let's find something that works, like you were saying in the first half.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think you're right. You can't look at the scoreboard and say 0-0. You know you need some work done. But we know this team, after every halftime, they come, and that's when they perform their best. Which you want to see it before, but we know that they're bound to perform good. Because that's what we usually see from this team. They usually do really good. Coaches give them a good talking to, and they come out with fire.
Yeah, last week it was 21-7. They came out second play of the half. They got the ball back and threw an interception after that. It was 28-7 shortly after that. But after that 28-7, it was back and forth, and more so in the favor of Stony Point. Came back and made a game of it before and ultimately falling 31-21 as this one taken inside the 5. And trying this left side before adjusting field is Perkins. And Perkins will get past the 30 to the 31-yard line. So again, it all starts with this first drive. How do you want to come out and set the tone? Is your defense going to shore up here? They've had five drives to try and work with in that first half and allowed 7 points on all 5 of them. So not a whole lot to kind of hang your hat on that first half. Again, new half, kind of come out and play a different game like we saw last week, hopefully. Jaden Schultz in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle is Taylor, and stop for gain of a yard. That's what we weren't seeing too much of is that initial contact right at the line, or maybe even a yard pass. Just did not see much of that. No, or very few negative plays in that first half. Whereas Stony Point's offense allowing 5 sacks, will get more into their offensive struggles once they have the ball, but defensively, it was kind of just a bewildering scene in that first half. Barrage of big plays and big runs through the air on the ground as Schultz goes forward, picks up about 3 or 4, and big opportunity here to force a 3 and out right away.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, their defense and offense both having troubles that first half. Very hard to come back when your team is not playing good, but as we keep stating, every time they come out from the half, they always amaze us to play good. So
Schultz looking to fire now. Under pressure and swallowed up and taken down. Jaquan Mendez, he came on a delayed blitz, and
Mendez he's been another bright spot on this defense. I mean, more than, I want to say, 40 tackles this season. So, I mean, he comes and he hits pretty hard. Like you said, delayed blitz, but once he gets his hands around you, most of the time you're going down.
Yeah, Mendez and Jeremiah Barbie, just some bright spots in there. As now this high snap and high punt. Rhymes will signal for a fair catch and makes the catch at the 32-yard line. So good stop from the defense, 3 and out. Now let's see what the offense can do. Again, we were talking about a little bit of the struggles. 5 sacks allowed, and again, it wasn't too much that McNeil was doing defensively. They would rush three, maybe bring a guy off the edge, and the edge defender would have a running back to go against, which isn't really in favor of the offense most of the time. So we'll see what they can do here. 1st and 10 from the 32. Troyer is out there. We've seen Calbus in, I think, 1 or 2 drives to start out. Started off the first drive of the game, and Troyer looked to bobble that. First pass completed to Aurora Day of the evening, and finally goes down after a gain of about 6. But Troyer bobbled that at first and got it out a little bit later than he wanted to, but Aurora Day makes the grab.
Yeah, and it's I believe, the first time they connected tonight. So, I mean, we're going to see a lot of that this second half.
And he was kind of the spark that his catch down on the right side and this near boundary line was the one that kind of set it up to start things off. Rhymes will take it on the curl route. Now finds a seam on the outside and runs for about 20 yards more. Good, nice little pitch and catch. And this Tiger offense moving.
Yep, and the coaches, you can see, made adjustments. They're 1-2, get it out your hand. We say it a lot. I mean, that's what you want to see. They keep the long passes, are not connecting. Go with the short passes. See what helps you out.
Bunch formation here on the near side. Troyer is going to hand it off to Milligan. Left side, lowers his shoulder and is upended, but picks up 7. Good run from Marcus Milligan. Who had the touchdown in the first half. Under 9 minutes to go, and little tempo here. Same formation from the Tigers. Pass, Troyer, Aurora Day, top of the field, and easily picks up the first down. Nice little pitch and catch again. Just those short drops. Again, because we saw in the first half that they were trying to go long. They were completing a few of them in that first quarter, and just kind of ran out of time in the second quarter and allowed a few sacks. 1st and 10 from the Maverick 27. Took a step outside, too, during the break. It is beautiful weather, below 80 degrees during football time. I believe the first time of the season. It is perfect. Nice, still night. Troyer to Aurora Day. Gets some blockers and can't stay on his feet, but inside the 10. Maybe right at the 10 is where they mark him. And he had some blockers in front of him.
They're finding their bread and butter with these quick 1-2s and get it out your hand. Nice little hitches that we're seeing here. I mean, this is what you want to see. They come, your offensive line can't hold too long. Got to get it out your hand.
Troyer again, nice little hitch route. This is James. And down 5, maybe 6 yard line.
And James is listed as their running back, but he's been involved in the passing game a lot. I mean, probably after that catch, over 150 in receiving yards for his whole season so far. So, I mean, he's been doing his thing through the air.
Trips up top. Milligan trying to turn the corner, and beat him initially. Just slowed down to let him catch up. Loss of about 3. 3rd and goal from the 9. We'll see what they want to go with. Possibly going through the air. White has been solid from a field goal perspective and extra point perspective. Troyer looking left, fires left, has Rhymes in the deep end of the corner. That's just a tough play to make and incomplete. Rhymes was kind of pedaling back and close to the boundary line, but just couldn't reel it in. It'll be 4th down, and no hesitation from Coach Cheshire. It will be the offense staying out there. 4th and goal from the 8 officially. Three receivers near side. One-on-one coverage, and Troyer just has to fall on it. Turnover on downs, and you give up 15 yards along with it. 1st and 10, McNeil from the 25-yard line. Again, the 3 points doesn't help you a ton to make it 35-10. So can't disagree too much with the call there. Just not a great snap to set things off in motion.
They was having it their way on that drive too until that snap. So I mean, they found what they like to do. They just got to keep executing. They can't let up after that downfall that they just had.
And I'm getting a little deja vu with that drive. I feel like the same thing happened last week as they had, as this one, just communication between receiver and quarterback not there on that play. I feel like it was the same thing last week. I don't know if it was in the second quarter or the third quarter. I feel like Stony Point, that before they turned the switch, they had a drive that was similar to that, and they either got stopped on fourth down or maybe turned the ball over. I can't remember, but they had a good-looking drive and just could not finish it off. But then after that, they got things moving. So I can't remember if that was the second or third quarter. So maybe that's the precursor to setting things off in motion. But again, down 28, you've got to get some stops on defense. And breaking through arm tackles is Taylor, past midfield, past the 40. And pushed out inside the 25. Aiden Taylor breaking through tackles and getting a huge gain before being pushed out of bounds. 49-yard carry. Sets him up 1st and 10 at the 25. 6:24 to go in the third. Again, 5 drives, 5 touchdowns for the Mavericks tonight. Mavericks on the home side this evening. Stony Point on the far side as pass completed outside to Gary. And first down, gain of about 11. And again, still not huddling, but not necessarily going up-tempo like they were in that first half. Able to kind of milk the clock a little bit. Play clock at 15 right now. And at 11 when they snap it. Schultz firing deep into double coverage and nothing doing. Boy, Zach Christie was down below having his hands open. Had some space. That's where the extra room was. Instead, it falls incomplete, 2nd and 10. Jaden Schultz, again, the senior quarterback. 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the season coming into tonight. He hands off. This is Hall trying to bounce it outside. And the speedster lowers his shoulder and bowls ahead to about the 2-yard line. Again, this is a junior running back that we didn't have too much on, at least on my scouting report. I maybe not the coaches either. It's not a stat-stuffing player that we're seeing from Hall, but he's coming tonight, made a huge impact.
And like you said, just made a huge impact. I didn't have too much information on him either, but he's playing today and being so short and low to the ground. I mean, he's making people miss, running through him.
Yeah, not afraid of the contact either. We saw it there finishing the run. Going right up the middle. And in for the touchdown is number 7, Jacorian Hubbard. That's the defensive lineman back in there at running back. Well, he had a 3-point stance. You don't necessarily see a 3-point stance from a running back nowadays.
No, you don't. I mean, that's old school, real old school. And he just head down, went through with it.
The opposite of Ashton Genty. Standing up straight, he's getting low to the ground. Bryce Wilson on for the point after. 41-7 our score. Make it 42-7. Here in the third quarter, 6 drives, 6 touchdowns. 5:32, we'll step aside for a quick break here on Vype. Stay tuned.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. And a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's Group meal.
Next in line.
Back here at Dragon Stadium, Tyler Olsis, Jacoby Cabot with you here on Vype Live, Friday Night Lights. And I won't say it's fall weather, but it's cooler weather than we've been experiencing, kind of winding into October. Next week we'll have a game at Kelly Reeves again, taking on Cedar Ridge. Stony Point will take on Cedar Ridge, and McNeil will have a tough stretch. 2 games, back-to-back weeks, going first to Vandergrift and then at home against Vista Ridge. Vista Ridge and Vandergrift facing off tonight in a battle of top teams in the district. This one going to be booted and fair caught by Thompson. We're taking a quick look at the games that were going on during halftime, and it was kind of a mixed bag. This entire district is kind of packed in the middle. You know, you have your Vista Ridge at top, that they're 4-0. You have Vandergrift that's 2-1, but 2-0 in district play. And we'll check in right now as into the third quarter. Vandergrift up 14-10. That game at Vista Ridge. But again, these middle of the season games are kind of where you can create separation in standings, as Troyer under pressure. Milligan out of the backfield picks up about 4 or 5 yards. Jacoby, you were saying earlier that the game against Hutto that you covered last week, that was an impressive showing from Hutto.
Yeah, I mean, they have some good players on that team, and you know we're gonna have to go against them eventually, the Stony team. So good players on that team, all around talents, and they also like to do the hurry up offense. So
yeah, Hutto with a bye week this week, and then going to face Westwood on Thursday next week. Milligan, nice looking run off the tackle past the 40-yard line. That game against Hutto will be on the 17th. Again, kind of an odd schedule. I haven't seen it before for Stony Point, where their bye week is actually the last week of the season. So you start 10 games in a row, and before you have your bye week. Is James, the receiver here. And they're going to say the ball was out. I mean, the referees were blowing the whistle for quite a while, and James was stood up for a while. Momentum was definitely stopped, and they definitely blew the whistle. McNeil kept fighting, and James had his hands up afterwards saying, like, I don't have the ball anymore.
right.
It's a second and short. Clock's going to continue to run, under 4.5 minutes to go here. Stony Point kind of nickel and diamond down the field. Well, it's been working for him this second half so far. Just got to finish it off. Troyer now going deep and just on the wrong page is Aurora Day. And hands up with palms to the sky, wondering what's going on from a lot of Tigers. Brings up third down. Third and 1. James goes in motion. It's going to be handed off to Milligan, and boy, he is met about 3 yards in the backfield. That'll bring out the punting unit. A couple other scores from around the district. Round Rock, Westwood taking on Manor. A game at Manor. It's currently in the third quarter, 28-7 in favor of Westwood. Cedar Ridge and Round Rock currently facing off as White takes this, gets a high punt, but some decent distance there and a great bounce before being touched, and going to say that should be downed where it was initially touched, and it will be downed just around the 24-yard line. Round Rock and Cedar Ridge facing off right now. Round Rock with a 35-0 lead there. That game also in the third quarter. So some movement perhaps tonight in the standings. Cedar Ridge and Round Rock scored, quite surprising. Of course, if you would have asked me if I would have thought this score would be the case, 3:31 in the third quarter, I would not have believed you. 42-7 we have here. And about 5 yards on the gain. Just taking a look at district play again. We've played about two. Some have played some are playing their third game. Some have only played two coming into tonight. Vista Ridge currently sitting at top, tied with Hutto, but they have the tiebreaker and wins 4-0 on the season. Hutto 3-1. 2nd and 6 here. Salt's going deep. And ball is somehow caught. Boy, the receiver came back into the defender to readjust. Makes the catch, and a couple of flags draped around him for pass interference.
And that was a good catch right there. I mean, defense all up on him, and he still comes up with the catch. I mean, that's just amazing concentration. And, I mean, these receivers nowadays, their concentration is on another level.
And it's really kind of the way the game's going is definitely the passing game, so that's where I feel like more reps are being had for running backs playing slot receivers. We've seen kind of that for both squads tonight, and just kind of the focus being on that passing game just allows for more kind of concentration and more body control. It's really impressive what we're seeing. Of course, last week the combination of Rhymes and Aurora Day kind of set things in motion. As going around the right side of Perkins, and he finds no room, loses about 4, going straight east and west, or rather north and south rather than east and west. From our vantage point, went straight down the line. Again, just kind of getting back to the standings. Manor, Stony Point, and Westwood all sitting at 0-2, or I guess Manor is 0-1 currently in district play. Handful of teams with 1 victory in districts as well. This is that 3rd, 4th, 5th game is kind of where some separation can be had by the top and bottom teams, and also teams that are kind of in the middle. They're able to separate themselves. But tough spot going down 0-3 in the district here as Hall, boy, turns the corner, gets a block from Christian, and is inside the 10, inside the 5, and reached for it at the end. Did not have enough, but at the 2-yard line, Zylan Hall having a night.
Yeah, I mean, he's been going off this game, finding his way through holes that you wouldn't believe is possible to fit through, running through people. I mean, he's just making it happen today.
Yeah, just a patient runner, and like you were saying earlier, low to the ground, and it's noticeable how much energy he's running with and how much he's churning his feet when there's contact to be made, and that's what you want to see if you're a running back coach. And takes the handoff here, finishes it off. Or rather, I believe that might have been Bryce Perkins lining up. That was Bryce Perkins lining up. Brian Perkins, excuse me, as the running back. Bryce Wilson in for the point after. So 48-0. 7 drives, 7 touchdowns for the Mavericks. Wilson's point after is up and good. He's also 7 for 7. 1:16 to go in the third. Mavericks lead expands to 42. We'll be back after a quick break.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. And thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown. But did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
1:16 to go in the third quarter. While we have a moment, we want to thank our gold and blue sponsors as well. Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, Veribank, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Kebabji Grill, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. Thank you to our gold and blue as well as our other sponsors that you've been hearing throughout the broadcast and throughout the season. Appreciate all of you for supporting Stony Point Tiger football here on Vype. Just past the 20-yard line. On the return, Justin Thompson gets a good chunk there. That's where the Tigers will set up 1st and 10. And again, trying to find something. They've had one drive where they've looked solid. I mean, even the last drive where they had to punt looked great until it wasn't. And just trying to put something consistent on tape.
There you go. I mean, that's all you can do right now is just try to keep on every play that comes next, try to execute, and, have something to carry on to next week.
Continuing the short passing game, but McNeil sniffs it out and maybe a yard gained on the play. I think that was a Roar Day. So those quick passes has limited the opportunities for sacks. There were 5 sacks from Maverick defense in that first half and none here in the second. Troyer rolling left, fires left, just out of the hands of Rhymes, and was it intercepted? No. Linesman says hits the ground, had a great view of it. And again, we mentioned how hard it is to overthrow Tristan Rhymes, and just got a fingertip on it. Tip drill falls harmlessly to the ground.
Yeah, and I mean, that's very hard to overthrow him. I mean, sometimes, it can happen. But it's usually, 6'2", you don't see too much of that.
Now, and trying to get it around the defenders, too. Defenders had their hands up. That can affect the throw. Milligan stays in to pass block. Down deep to Aurora Day. The over-the-shoulder grab is caught and brought in. Incredible catch. Incredible throw, too, from Troyer, and that moves the chains on a 3rd and 9.
Boy, that was beautiful. I mean, he sped up at the right time. It fell right into that bucket that you love to see as a quarterback and receiver. Great throw, great catch.
Trying to go again, and they've got it again and can't. Oh, boy, he was about a half step short that time. Same thing, but almost the same result. That one would have been in for 6. 9 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Aurordes had his first catches here in the second half. Rhymes had a few in the first, but has been relatively quiet when it comes to the end zone. Aurordes nearly putting up the first passing touchdown of the contest. Troyer pumps, now fires down the middle. James hit from the backside and holds on to that one. He's been taking a few shots tonight. That'll end the third. It'll be a 3rd and short when we come back for a quarter break. 49-7 our score. Mavericks in the lead. Back to Dragon Stadium after a quick break.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Ally Medical ER is proud to support the Stony Point Tigers this season. Open 24/7, Ally Medical is a full-service emergency room located just 5 minutes from Stony Point High School. With on-site labs, ultrasound, CT scan, and x-rays, their board-certified physicians deliver fast answers and compassionate expert care. Ally Medical ER wishes the Stony Point football team and fans a safe and exciting year. Go Tigers!
Final 12 minutes in this one, and the result seems to be in hand by McNeil, but the score still up for grabs. And again, we were talking about putting things on tape, getting some momentum to go into practice and, you know, have your something to hang your hat on. Is, boy, a good run here. Milligan just found the space and cut up field and is in for the touchdown. Right away, first play goes 27 yards. Marcus Milligan in for the touchdown.
There you go. And that cutback lane was so nice. I mean, he saw that hole and he shot through like a cannon for another touchdown. Give him another one. Give him another one for the tape.
Yeah, second touchdown of the evening, and the point after upcoming here from Tyler White. Just waiting for the right personnel to get on the field. I think that was a long snapper, pretty important position. I always wonder if you just leave one of the blockers on the outside, will that make a difference? I know other people who are smarter in football are saying, yes, it's going to make a difference, 11 on 10, but always was curious about that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like you said, he hustled down to the field for that, you know, get the oxygen tank out.
Yep. 49-14, our score, 11:52 left to go in the fourth. So again, we talked about the result of this one, seemingly in hand. 0-3, Stony Point's going to fall to in district play. 2-3 overall. That's 3 straight losses for the Tigers. McNeil, on the other hand, going to improve to 3-2. They're going to improve to 2-1 in the districts, kind of being that top third or that top half, most likely in the standings after tonight's games are concluded. They will take on Vandergrift next Friday at Vandergrift at 7 p.m., whereas Stony Point will head back to Kelly Reeves and take on Cedar Ridge. That game going to be next Friday as well at 7 p.m. You can catch that here on Vype as well. Again, no more Thursday games, and I think we mentioned last week, aside from one game in Manor, this one's taken at the 5, and he's brought down about the 27. But aside from one game in Maynard, that game is on the 10th, so in 2 weeks that game will be. Other than that, all the games are either at Kelly Reeves or here, so pretty familiar territory for Stony Point the rest of the season.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, one of the two, besides the Maynard game, you know, you get to be on the field a lot more. You get to know what's going on. You know, people say that there's certain spots in the field that you can take advantage of. So it does help when you get to keep doing games like that and you're at the same place.
Repetition and just routine can kind of get instilled. Just to break in the action. Not sure what we're holding up play for. A conference there at the line. And again, referees are at the opposite side of the 45, or opposite 45, just discussing, not sure if there's a communication issue between the two of them, or just some microphone situation's being worked out. And now we got it. So they will go to their position, still waiting for the referee and umpire to leave the middle, and we will get things back underway. So 1st and 10 from the 29, 11:45 to go for the Mavericks. Hall goes in motion, will take it and turn on the speed. Breaks one tackle and brought down from behind, but not before he picks up about 20 yards. Zylan Hall taking it and turns on the Jets.
Yeah, he's been controlling this game since the first kickoff. So, I mean, he's a very sneaky player. He was a sneaky player coming into this game today. And it's hard to, make your defense aware of someone like that.
Same play, opposite side. This time Aiden Taylor. Well, nice blocking from the wide receivers, and he's close to the first down marker. Are they going to give it to him? I think he's right at the line. They will move it forward. Just taking a look at the end of the season and kind of how things will finish out in district play. Again, we mentioned their bye week for Stony Point is going to be at the end of the season. So in that last week will be a bye week, and so they will end their season on Halloween against Round Rock, kind of moving backwards the week before, taking on Westwood, as Taylor goes forward for about 6 or 7 yards. Their last 3 games they're going to play against Hutto, Westwood, and then Round Rock. So those last 3 games, Hutto's the toughest one of the 3 right now, and Westwood and Round Rock not necessarily anything to overlook either.
Yeah, got a tough schedule here. I mean, they just got a lot of competitors who want to compete for a spot in playoffs. So you gotta start picking up some urgency and trying to get some wins under your belt.
And Cedar Ridge taking on Round Rock tonight. Round Rock's up 40-0. There's this one to Gary, who makes the body control, stiff arms a man and into the end zone. Back shoulder throw. He adjusts his body and goes into the end zone. Jarrell Gary.
And he's been making great catches all game long. I mean, catches where his defenders are there. It's not like he's wide open. On occasionally he was, but he's making tough grabs that you just can't coach.
And the awareness to turn up field, keep your feet in bounds, and then throw a stiff arm at the end as well. 56-14. Again, Mavericks have not punted, have not even attempted a field goal, haven't needed to. 8 drives and 7 points on each of them. We'll take a quick break. 9:53 to go in the 4th. Mavericks extend their lead.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestacygroup.com today to learn more.
Back here to Dragon Stadium, Tyler Alsis and Jacoby Cavett with you on this edition of Friday Night Football. Again, just kind of taking a look at what's upcoming when it comes to the schedule. You've taken on McNeil tonight for the season, not going the way you want, going to drop to 0-3 in the district. Then next week you get a Cedar Ridge that's currently losing 40-0 against Round Rock, so you might get a little bit of an upset Cedar Ridge team. So you got to hope maybe the players are a little upset themselves after this performance and come out firing. Hopefully we get a much closer contest at least and a Stony Point victory next week. And then week after that you head to Manor, and you were there to kind of see the struggles of Manor's season as this one's fair caught. Then you go take on Hutto. Round Rock, who again has won 1-3 in the district, or 1-2 in the districts, but putting up 40 against Cedar Ridge right now, and then finishing off against the Dragons of Round Rock. So, like you said, gotta get your wins early when you can.
There you go, and like you stated, I mean, Hutto is going to be the toughest team for this Tigers team. So I seen Manor, and they had a lot of struggles. They're currently haven't won a game and hard to put up points. So you're going to have to take advantage of any game that you can.
It's always tough to be fighting for wins as Troyer avoids that sack. Now just throws a wobbler up there. Rhymes has to come back for it and falls incomplete. Boy, 4 bodies there and 8 sets of hands. No one can come down with it. Or 8 hands total.
Rhymes, I mean, he went over the top, tried to get him a highlight reel, and he almost brought it down. I mean,
had to turn into a defender almost.
Yeah.
That one was kind of a wobbler coming out of the hands of Troyer, who avoided the 6th sack tonight. And again, not a whole lot of bright spots in here if you're Stony Point, especially defensively. 8 drives, 7 points on each of them. Offensively, I mean, you've had 2 touchdowns for Stony Point. You've gotten the 2 touchdowns from Marcus Milligan, who right on cue will barrel ahead, and nice strong run there. Picks up about 9. We'll see where they spot it, maybe giving him the first down.
Boy, he's been running ever since that second quarter, I want to say. He's been running with some anger right there, blowing his shoulder down a lot this game.
I really like seeing him going side to side, testing the boundaries when he can get a couple yards or turn the corner. And he is a really fun running back to watch. He's just had some issues getting a little bit of push from the offensive line, and now he tries the opposite side. Big man out there setting the edge and getting the first down. Shout out to Terrence Lackey in there. Big man up front. Haven't had a stellar game tonight by their standards. 5 sacks, and it's not something you want to hang your hat on if you're an offensive line, but solid play there. Solid finish to the game. Want to finish strong. And fresh set of downs here. This one right up the middle. Gain of 6 there. This time by Enoch Donnell, the sophomore, number 25, in there for his first carry. So seeing some fresh faces, some next men up. 8 minutes and counting for this one. Mavericks well in hand, up by 42. Troyer hands it off. Again, Donnell was going to get the first down this time. 2 carries and a first down. Fresh set of downs. This is kind of similar, as you were mentioning before, to what Vandergrift was doing in the second half. They were just kind of milking the clock, getting 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. Score was a little bit different, but kind of the same structure here. Just wears on a defense.
There you go. Yeah, it just makes the defense tired when you keep getting these yards. They can't stop you.
Brings the safeties up a little. Maybe you can fight them over the top. Donnell, nothing doing there. Kind of spun around. So we'll see how aggressive they want to go, or if we're just playing run the clock. 2nd and 9 here. Ball at midfield. Again, this is a McNeil team that came into tonight averaging 37 points themselves and giving up 40. Troyer firing deep. James turns around and can't haul that one in. Deflected at the last moment.
Trying to go for a big play. They've been running. And just like you mentioned, safeties come up a little bit. You want to take your shots. Just nothing to them there.
Yeah, that was Johnny McFarland who came in to bat it away at the last second. 3rd and 9. wonder if they go back to that screenplay. We have seen that go for 42 or 40 plus. I think it was for Milligan. So we'll see what the call is here. Instead, they go back to Donnell. Looked to be the same play that Milligan had scored on, where they pull a couple tackles or pull a couple offensive linemen, and just not the same result. 4th and no gain. So 4th and 9. Ball at midfield. Offense looks to stay out. Abercrombie will come in to take some handoffs, it looks like. Milligan may be done. Troyer hit from behind, but caught by Aurora Day at the 20, and he is in for the touchdown. Mason Troyer stood in there and took a hit from the backside, and Alameda Aurora Day with the catch and run for the end zone.
There you go. I mean, just keep on playing. Don't give up. Don't just back down to a corner. If you can score, score, you know. Make this scoreboard look a little better.
It's all about putting good things on tape, and yeah, like you said, making the scoreboard look a little bit better at the end. So maybe you can get some momentum going as Troyer brings down another high snap, and Tyler White's kick is good. 56-21, 6:06 to go. We'll step aside here for a quick break.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
.06 to go, 56-21 our score. Aurora Day joining Marcus Milligan with his 2 touchdowns. Tigers were down 35-7 at the half. Now still trying to find something defensively, but offense has picked up the pace here in the second half like they did last week against Vista Ridge. Just having trouble defensively. This one, little pooch kick into the space, maybe by design, and just past the returner, but picked up at the 15, going backwards. Now past the 20, hurdles a man, and is out around the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 25 with 6 minutes on the board. If you're McNeil, we'll see what they go with here. I mean, looking to get some personnel changes, it looks like, themselves. Most likely going to run the ball as it's worked for them.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much had it all around everywhere. They really haven't had a bad snap at all this game. So they're probably going to try to run the clock out, like you said. New personnel, maybe get a couple of backups in there, or maybe not.
Yeah, Calvin Cervini in there at quarterback, trying to get this snap off as the play clock is under 5, and now they just do get it off. Boy, they weren't even out of their huddle before the play clock had started, but they get that one off. Right up the middle is Jamal Harris, another senior. Cervini also a senior. Trying to find an underclassman on this McNeil squad is not easy. I've heard Tyson Cox's name, the linebacker, is a junior. Other than that, most folks we've called tonight are seniors for the Mavericks team.
It's a pretty old team.
That chemistry can just fuse and kind of be the You know, sometimes the extra oomph, you just know where guys are going to be. If it's a quarterback, wide receiver, they've been playing together for a few years and just know kind of the others' tendencies.
There you go. Just like you said, I mean, that right there, you know, being with this group all throughout the years, it just gives you an advantage.
3rd and 3 here, under 5 minutes to go. Cervini takes the snap, handoff. Harris with nowhere to go. He picks up about half of what is needed. 4th and, let's see what they call it officially, 4th and 1. And they will punt this back to the Tigers. First punt of the night comes with clock is running 4:15 in this 4th quarter, so. And it was a bunch of guys from the second side of the depth chart. Wilson going to get his punting duties underway, see if those are still fresh, and a beautiful punt. Rhymes takes the fair catch at the 23-yard line. We'll step aside for a quick 30. Back after this.
Oh, yeah.
.352. Troyer still in the game. This is Abercrombie. With the handoff. 2nd and about 7. .330 to go here at Dragon Stadium. Again, nice crowd. We were here on a Thursday night game. Both sides looking a lot more full. Band still staying, showing out strong. They had great performances by both sides at halftime, the dance squads as well. Abercrombie tries to knife his way forward and falls forward for a gain of maybe half a yard. One more play before the 2-minute timeout. Clock's at 2:50. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 27. This is Donnell in there. Troyer's going to throw. Little hitch route there. Is caught and converted. This is Landon Boyd, junior wide receiver, and getting a few reps.
Beautiful route right there. I mean, he broke down, got to 6, then break down, get back to 5. That's how you want to see a hitch route. Defenders looking like they was kind of lost there. So,
yeah, creating that space. There wasn't much when he started the route, but there was definitely some when he ended it. Troyer. Hand this off to Donnell. Donnell, good looking run through some arm tackles and falls forward for a gain of 9. That'll be the 2-minute timeout. We'll step aside for a few commercials and come back for the final minute 56 here at Dragon Stadium. Stay tuned.
Looking for a home in the premier 55 and better community of Sun City, Texas? Trust the realtors at the Stacey Group, located in the heart of Sun City. The Stacey Group specializes in buying and selling new and resale homes in the active adult Del Webb community in beautiful Georgetown, Texas. As the top producing real estate office for more than 25 years, the Stacey Group will put their Sun City knowledge to work for you. Visit thestaceygroup.com today to learn more.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Back to action here. First play from there was a run from Donnell, but a flag thrown, a solid 25 yards by the back official. Sees the holding. Nice throw from him, kind of looped it in there towards midfield.
Trying to make sure his talents are seen.
Throwing it off the back foot, too. Couldn't make the catch there on the flag return.
That's all right. He'll get it next time.
That holding will back him up and make it, instead of a second and short, a second and 11 from the 40-yard line. Clock will continue to run, minute 45. Again, if you're just joining us, maybe later in the broadcast, it was kind of a lot of the same as what you're seeing now. Troyer steps up, fires, and down safely. After the catch is Zephyrin Kendrick, another junior wide receiver. A lot of the same of what you're seeing on the scoreboard. It was a lot of the same in the first half, too. 35-7 was the score at the end of the first half. 5 drives for McNeil, 5 touchdowns, and they continued that on with 3 more drives, 3 more touchdowns before punting with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Offensively, as Troyer fires, tries to split the seam, but nothing doing. Dangerous pass there with 1 minute to go. But in the second half, the offense came to life a little bit. The run game got going. Milligan had a nice run to start this fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, just a little bit too late, but you love to see that these boys are still out here playing throughout the whole clock. So,
yeah, kind of the last action we've seen from the starters. Alameda Aurora with the long touchdown pass from Troyer is Donnell. Barrels over a man for a gain of about 6-7 yards. And I'll have to run one more play. But again, looking to come back with some adjustments after a week of practice. And this one, going to take on a Cedar Ridge team again that might be a little bit hot under the collar after their loss tonight. Last time we checked in the fourth quarter, it was 40-0 against Westwood, and two teams with resounding losses will face off next week. That game again at Kelly Reeves. We'll be there at 7 p.m. next Friday. And ready to finish things off here. 10 seconds to go. We might get one more play. Troyer looking to gain a little bit of momentum here, and they will get it off. Troyer is going to fire deep into traffic and incomplete. Out of bounds. Zero's on the clock. That'll do it here. Final score, Mavericks take this one 56-21. A great performance from their offense, and Zylan Hall defensively only giving up 7 points in that first half to the Tigers, and Tigers couldn't make a comeback similar to last week. So 56-21 our score. We'll see you next week at Kelly Reeves against Cedar Ridge. This has been a production of high school football here on Vype. Tyler Alsis and Jacoby Cavett signing off for the night. Have a good night.
Hey, Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, and maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, and thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown, but did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
Friday night lights are here, Round Rock. Make sure you're rolling up to the big game in a ride that shines. At Club Car Wash, unlimited wash plans start at one low monthly price, so your car looks like a winner all season long. Plus, enjoy free microfiber towels and vacuums at every visit. Keeping your car game day ready is easier than ever. Sign up today at clubcarwash.com, because under the lights, a clean car always stands out.
Hey Tiger fans, thank you for tuning in to tonight's game. Chip here for Hewlett Volkswagen in Georgetown. We've all heard the term, teamwork makes the dream work, and it's on display every game night here in Stony Point Country. My friends at Hewlett Volkswagen are a great team as well. They surprise customers every day with how fun it can be to buy a car at Hewlett Volkswagen. When you love where you work and what you do and it becomes fun, the customers sometimes join in, and maybe even dance a little. So come see for yourself at I-35 in the Westinghouse exit or HewlettVW.com.
Friday night lights are here, Round Rock. Make sure you're rolling up to the big game in a ride that shines. At Club Car Wash, unlimited wash plans start at one low monthly price, so your car looks like a winner all season long. Plus, enjoy free microfiber towels and vacuums at every visit. Keeping your car game day ready is easier than ever. Sign up today at clubcarwash.com, because under the lights, a clean car always stands out.
Howdy, y'all. It's the day tripper Chet Garner here for my friends at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, and thank you for tuning into some great Stony Point football. Now, I know you're aware of the great deals on brand new vehicles at Don Hewlett in Georgetown, but did you know Don Hewlett carries hundreds of pre-owned vehicles too? So if you have a first-time driver in your home, like I do, and need a reliable pre-owned vehicle, check out Don Hewlett. Stop by today or visit online at donhewlett.com, and let's go Tigers.
You've been watching Stony Point Tigers football on the Vype Live Network, presented by our MVP sponsor, the Stacey Group. Our diamond sponsors, Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick, Hewlett Volkswagen, and Rudy's Texas Barbecue. And our platinum sponsors, Ally Medical Emergency Room and Club Car Wash. Stony Point Tigers football on Vype Live is also brought to you by our gold level sponsors, Active Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Buddy's Burger, Marco's Pizza, Premier Roofing, TJSN4 Vision Photography, and Verabank. And our blue level sponsors, Alley's Way, Corridor Title, First Texas Bank, Mighty Fine Burgers, Prosperity Bank, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard, and Tony C's Pizza. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Vype Live.